So yesterday I had a chat with one of my friends, and we were talking about this process of awakening. Post-awakening. We were discussing post-awakening, and the thing what we were discussing was like, how come you're still running into these people? You're continuously running into these demons, only for you to realize that actually it is simply the same demon but a different body. Now, this is a video that very few people will understand. Of course, the chosen ones, they already know what we're talking about on this channel. Sometimes the content is very intense, you know what I mean? So a person who is not even on a very good vibration, they don't really click with this kind of content. And I thought, okay, I'm going to make a video about this, because I remember I touched on this subject quite a while ago, a couple of years ago. Now remember, guys, as you're going through this process of awakening, you're shifting out of old consciousness. So you're shifting out of the 3D. Now let us talk about the 3D. The 3D is a very low density energy. It's low density consciousness, is low density energy. So basically what is happening in the 3D, these demons, they want you in that state where you don't know what you're doing. You are asleep, you're very asleep in your bed. We're asleep in your bed. You don't know what is going on, you don't know anything, you don't even know what you're doing. It's the reason as to why these narcissists, they have used that low vibrational energy to keep you trapped in that frequency, because that's where the devil wants you to be. Let me repeat this one more time. A lot of victims of narcissistic abuse, they have been trapped in these relationships for a very long period of time. That is because that is where the devil wanted you to be, because it is very, very easy for them to manipulate you and abuse you when you're on a very low frequency, because you are turned off. It's like you switched off and you cannot see what is happening around you. So, but you see, on the point of awakening, when your light bulbs have gone on and you click, so you start moving out of that paradigm. It's a very low density energy. Like I've said, it's the 3D, is the very low, it's a very low frequency. 3D, anything 3D is very low frequency. So now you're starting to get your feet out of this density energy, low density energy, and you started to move into higher frequencies. It's the reason as to why at the early days during my awakening, I chose to heal. When I discovered how the devil operates and how this demon operates, using families and family members and friends and relatives and relationships, that's when I knew how these people operate. I took a very conscious decision to heal. And from that day forthwards, ladies and gentlemen, my life has never been the same. So you start stepping out of these low frequencies, out of this 3D. And now you go through an ascension process. I've told you guys, ascension is a very patient process. So most of the times, if you see somebody who has, who is still vibing low on that low frequency, sometimes they are going to have a very difficult time understanding people who are vibing very high, because they've already shifted to a higher consciousness, to the 5D consciousness. In that process, when you're ascending, ladies and gentlemen, you're taking one step at a time, and you're stepping into this energy which you're not familiar with. Now, what usually happens is that now you're going to start to see everything that you have usually been dealing with on a very low frequency. What do I mean by this? You're going to start to experience all the things that have been a part of your setback. You're going to start to experience everything that you've been fighting with. in the low frequency. So you see, these demons, remember when you awaken and your light bulb's gone, you know, it's like eventually snap. It sends a very big shockwave to these demons. They were not expecting you to awaken in the first place, because remember that you have already been a high vibrational being as a chosen one. You're already a high vibrational being, but it's just because that your light was very intensive for these demons. So they had to bring down your light. I've already done videos about dimming your light. They had to bring down your light and keep you on that low frequency, whereby you covered and you're shadowed and covered by this darkness, and you do not know what it is you need to do with your life. So most of the times you have already even lost track of your lives. But when you awaken, ladies and gentlemen, you start bursting out of this veil. Now what happens is that these demons, they are very aware about your awakening. Because what you're going to first realize, first of all, what you're going to realize is that there's a demon that you've been dealing with around you. It has been most likely been a relationship partner, it has been a friend, it has been family members, it has been your father, it has been your mother, it may even sometimes have been your boss. But you're going to actually come to that realization that there is a demon that you have been dealing with your entire life for a very long period of time. Could be maybe sometime couple of years. But of course, for the black sheep of the family, you have been dealing with this demon your entire life, and these demons have been using your own family members to attack you. So what is going to happen now, you're going to extract yourself from this demon. I remember when I was waking up back in the days, when the universe showed me the real face of the narcissist, ladies and gentlemen, I was ready to go. The moment the universe opened my eyes, God opened my eyes and showed me the real face of the narcissist. On that day forward, ladies and gentlemen, from that day forward, I was ready to go. Emotionally, I was ready. I would even be able to leave that house that night if it was possible. Now, when you step out there, that is when you're going to have the biggest confrontation you've never seen before. And these are things that are happening spiritually. So I want you guys to listen very closely to what I'm going to tell you. You are going to be confronted by these demons, and they're going to start using different people as vessels. So for example, let me say you have snapped out of your relationship. You've noticed that actually your wife was a demon. Your husband was a demon. You've gotten out of there. We already know at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that these narcissists, they are demons. We know that. That one is already a sure deal. We have already confirmed that, you know. What is going to happen now? Because remember that this has been demonic activity that has been happening behind the scenes. So what is now happening? Anywhere that you go, you're going to start seeing a very similar demon in a different body. Now listen very closely, ladies and gentlemen. Listen very, very closely to this video. It doesn't matter how far you have left these people. You have even sometimes moved to a different city, a different country even, for that matter. You're going to start running into people, ladies and gentlemen. In a few closer looks, you're going to notice it is a similar demon that you've been dealing with over the years. And it's going to be funny because sometimes it can be, for example, you may just run into a shop, you know this shop, supermarket, or sometimes you may be in the bus, you may be sometime in the workplace. And you're going to realize that actually there is a similar demon that is around you. A very similar demon that is around you that you've already been dealing with. But you're going to notice that actually the frequency of that person that you're dealing with is the same frequency of the same person that you've been with before. So I remember those days when I was waking up, I took some time for myself. So I think I took in that time, I took about maybe like, it was around 2 and 3 months. I just wanted to see, to understand what was happening. I was starting to heal in that time. And then that is when I ran into the greater narcissist in that time. That exact moment, it was around 2.5 to 3 months in that period. I did not know where the greater narcissist came from, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the blue, I ran into the greater narcissist. And of course, you guys already know this love bomb started and everything, all these little details. And before I knew it, ladies and gentlemen, I had already confirmed in my mind this energy, I've already dealt with this energy before. I'm very, very familiar with this energy because the same energy was manifesting in the greater narcissist. The same energy that I'd been dealing with over the years. It started manifesting with the greater narcissist. And I discovered it was the same demon. So of course, like you guys already know, I was slowly gravitating away, and I ran out of that relationship. I fled out of that entanglement straight away. And then that's when I knew that, oh, now I start to get it. You know what I mean? I start to get it. Because remember that it wasn't even only the greater narcissist. Even before the greater narcissist, I used to run into some people here and there, you know what I mean? And then I would detect that frequency. Because you see, that frequency, I remember doing a video about the NARC frequency. I detected that frequency of the NARC. Most of the times when I was moving around, I would detect that frequency in people. I would see it actually in broad daylight. That's the reason as to why they say, chosen ones, when you guys wear these spiritual glasses, you're starting to see everything that was been hidden from you behind the veil. Ladies and gentlemen, it is one of the most shocking things you will see. You are going to start to experience everything that was hidden from you, from your sight. And you're going to realize how deep and how far you've been sleeping. How long and how hard you've been sleeping. Now, as a person who is ascending, like I've said, what is going to happen now? You are going to start running into these demons. Because remember guys, let me tell you something about these demons. These demons, they're operating on this frequency because that is where they're able to harvest energy. Now remember that the devil has failed to ascend. The devil is a descended entity. They have failed to ascend. So what they do now, anybody in their vicinity, anybody in their presence, they are going to try to catch you and keep you in that frequency. So they are operating on a very low frequency around the world. All the people that you see, most of the times in this 3D, you are going to meet a lot of these demons. Are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. So when you're starting to move around on your healing journey, of course, these things will happen normally when you start to heal, because I've told you guys, healing is a choice. So you choose. Me, I chose to heal because I was like, I'm not going to deal with this frequency for the rest of my life. It was time for me to get out of that frequency because I'd already seen what it is. So I was like, I'm going to get out of this frequency and I'm going to choose to heal. So I chose a conscious decision to heal. When you are healing, ladies and gentlemen, because remember that you're running away from this lower density energy. These demons, what they are doing now, they are starting to send a lot of these stalkers. They are going to use people you do not even expect. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to run into someone. It is going to sometimes even look too good to be true. You know what I mean? Those people are going to mirror you immediately. Oh, how are you? What's going on? You know, I want to get to know you better. This and this and this. They are going to tell you all the stories you've ever had on this planet. They are going to tell you all the BS. Because they want to get close to you. The mission why they are doing this, the mission why they are trying to stalk you, is because they want to catch you and put you back to sleep. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, you have been a victim and you've been a slave for these demons over the years. Look at these narcissistic relationships. You have been the slave for the narcissist. The narcissist has already made you a slave in those entanglements. Even some people are still stuck in there for 20 years. Now you're trying to run away from this frequency and the demon does not want you to move. So what they do now, they start to send the reinforcements. A time came where I was thinking in my mind, where are these demons coming from? Ladies and gentlemen, I would just walk a few steps in front, there's another one. I go to the workplace, there's another one. It's the reason as to why they say normally awakened people, it's very, very difficult for them to even to do ordinary jobs, to work an ordinary job, a 9 to 5. Because that is where they operate, on a very low frequency. So, what is now happening is, those demons, what they do, you are a person who is trying to go higher and raise the vibration and go higher. But these demons, they don't want you to go anywhere. So they are sending a lot of these reinforcements to come and catch you and put you back to sleep. You may sometimes run into a supermarket, you know, you're just going to do your shopping. You run into one. Oh, hello, how are you? Oh, are you the new neighbor? You're the new tenant in that place, or this and this. Yes, I'm the new one. Okay, can we be friends? Can I give you this for free? Sometimes they even sometimes offering you free stuff because they want to get as close as they can to you. They know everything that is happening around you, ladies and gentlemen, is spiritual. The world you see, ladies and gentlemen, the more clear you understand that the world that you live in, the world that is around you is spiritual, you're going to be the quickest person to heal on this universe. Because now you're going to know the war that you're fighting, and you're going to be able to fight this war more consciously, not the same way that you used to do before. They are going to flow in one by one. It will be unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll be sending out one, the other one comes in. When you think that you're done with this one, the other one comes in. You've done with that one, the other one comes in. The devil is going to continuously use a lot of people around you to target you. They will sometimes use your landlords. I've seen all these things. They want to target you, so sometimes they're going to use your landlords. They're going to use your bosses at work. I've seen all these things, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot tell me anything. Your boss at work is going to start picking on you, sometimes, because remember that you're waking up, but of course you still have this job that you've always been doing, the 9 to 5 or whatever. So in those early days, of course, you're still keeping your job because you're still working on yourself and, trying to ascend and find purpose in life. Now what is going to happen is that you're going to see your boss in your own workplace. They're the ones targeting you. The warfare, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be very clear in broad daylight. You will know that you're not dreaming when you see this. You will know that this is not a dream. This is reality. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world that you've always been living. The difference is that you have been asleep many years ago, but now you can see everything in broad daylight. It is very, very clear to you in broad daylight. You can see everything you can even dissect all the movements of the people around you. So when you have fled from one demon, the main demon, because remember that when you're in that sleep mode, I remember doing a video about the sleep mode. When you're in sleep mode, there has been a demon that has been used over those years to keep you captive. But when you have awakened from that demon, so you're running out to go and find purpose, to go and ascend, because remember that chosen ones, you're high vibrational beings. You came here with a pure light, but the only reason why you have not been able to function the way you should is because that light has already been dimmed by these demons on this dimension. So now you're getting out and starting to ascend and find the light that they stole from you so many years ago. So that is what the demons don't want you to see. They don't want you to discover that light that's within you. Is the reason as to why they are sending all these reinforcements to come in and capture you and put you back to sleep. They are going to try, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm talking about these things, you had better believe what I'm telling you. They are going to try to send the reinforcements to see what can they do to put you back to sleep. Because they want you in that mode whereby you did not know what was going on with you. They did not want you to discover your true authentic self. They did not even want you to discover that you are a chosen one. So they know. And let me tell you something, the strangest thing that you will see, you realize and discover. A lot of these demons, they know who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, these entities, they know who you are. Even when they are with you doing all these funny things and playing around with your head they know who you are. They will sometimes sit around there and stare at you. Sometimes you will be in these relationships, those narcissistic relationships and all these psychopaths and whatever. You will be somewhere sitting in a relationship and you will catch them. Sometimes they are just there staring at you, and they are just, on the spiritual level, they are just wondering, does this person really know who they are? Most of the time you will catch them staring at you. Even sometimes when you're sleeping in your bed, let's say for example you're married to them. So you guys wake up in the morning, of course, like any other couple does. You're going to catch that man is staring at you. Even before you open your eyes, they are just like this looking at you. And there's something that they are staring at you. There is a stare that is from a different dimension. I've already done a video on this. They are there because they know who you are, but they know that you're a sleeping giant. They know that this person is a very powerful person. They know you're a very powerful person, but it's just because they have actually captured that anointing from you. They have made you to sleep so that you will not remember who you are. It was one of the biggest motive of these demons. It was a plan and it was a plot to keep you in that frequency. Very, very low frequency and very deadly. So what am I trying to say here today? As you start to go through that process, so you're working on yourself, of course, eventually. You're working on yourself, you're doing all this little work, you're healing. Because remember guys that I've told you, normally during the healing, as you heal, you ascend. The more you heal, the more you ascend. Ascension is a very slow process. Most of the time it's even very painful, especially in the beginning, in the early days of your journey. It's very, very painful because you have got a lot of work to do. So it's going to take you some time, a lot of energy, a lot of work. You're going to put in the work, of course. I've told you guys to choose to heal. You're going to put in a lot of work. But you reach a point where you'll see that you've done the work. You know what I mean? You will know, and sometimes, give credit to yourself that, okay, you have done the work. Because remember, when you're ascending to higher frequencies, to the 5D, we could say, you're stopping to attract low vibrational people. Because the more you ascend, every level you are, you start to attract the people who are on that frequency. Every level you go, you start to attract similar people on that frequency. That's how it works. So it's the same thing with this ascension process. But on the lower, let's say on the beginning part of the ascension, that is when you're going to encounter a lot of these demons, because these demons, they are actually descended entities. They have failed to ascend. They cannot ascend because of the frequency that they are operating. The frequency of fear. So when you're talking about these narcissists, you will talk about fear, hatred, resentment, jealousy, anger, all these kind of things. They are on a very, very low frequency. That's what they've always been, and they have failed to ascend. Is the reason as to why the narcissists have failed to ascend, like I've said, because they're operating on a low frequency. So when you are ascending and getting out of that frequency, what you're seeing, the stalkers that you're seeing, these people who are coming around and following you and trying to drag you back to sleep, those are the reinforcements of the demons. So the devil is sending in those reinforcements, those demons, to come and try to drag you back, because they don't want you to ascend, ladies and gentlemen. They know the power of an ascended master. They know the moment you ascend, ladies and gentlemen, they have lost control over you. It's the reason as to why you see these psychologists that have been talking about the narcissist is very fearful. They are very fearful of the people who have discovered the power that is within them. You know what I mean? You have remembered who you are. You know that you're more powerful than these people. You know that you're more powerful than them. And their mission was to make you forget that you are more powerful than them. So that's the reason as to why they are sending in these reinforcements to come back and put you to sleep. But chosen ones, I can guarantee you this. You will see them everywhere. You will know all the people that is coming around, especially in those early days of ascension. So that's why I've told you guys, in the first 3 months, let me give you an example. Like the first 3 months, the 6 months, first, let's say 3, 4, 5 months in those early days of healing. It doesn't matter who you are, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter who you meet. It doesn't matter how beautiful the person looks. That person is not your soulmate. And you can take this from me. If you're a person who has been healing, ladies and gentlemen, you've been out of narcissistic abuse, in the first 3, 4, 5, 6 months, sometimes even up to a year, any person you meet in that time is not your soulmate. That person is a reinforcement. That person is a reinforcement. Most of the times, they're even much more stronger demons than the ones you are dealing with. They want to drag you and put you back where you've been. The only person you are going to meet that resonates and matches up with your energy is the only person that you will meet when you're putting the work to heal. There is no other way around it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're talking about soulmate, happy relationships, good partners with the beautiful energy and everything like that, you're going to heal. It cannot be another way. You are going to do the work, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to heal. It's the only way you're going to attract a person that has healed. A person with very beautiful energy is going to come into your life. But in those early days when you're still struggling with these demons, you are going to meet a lot of them. A lot of times they'll even come around and mirror you. Oh, hey, this and this. Oh, how are you? This and this. Can I help you? They are going to come around and flood around with your energy. They are not your friend. They are not your soulmates, ladies and gentlemen. They are demons. They are the next demons. Same demon, different bodies. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Remember to protect yourself, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need to rush with any relationship. You have a lot of time. Put that energy back into yourself and heal. It is the only way you're going to attract the people that are meant for you and are meant to be in your life. You know what I mean? So drop us a comment, ladies and gentlemen. Like the page and share. And subscribe, of course. Book a session if you want to. Donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, emails, Cashapps and PayPals, you will find them in the description section below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.